Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in as always. My apologies, one last practical preventative maintenance Forester one. Anyway, thanks for dropping by as always. Thanks for all your ongoing support, likes, subscribe, shares, comments, discussions, hints, tips and tricks, all massively appreciated. So really keen to get this out of the way. I think we've got rain this morning, that's happened, dry for the rest of the day. So just going to get this rubbed down, get as much Hydrate 80 on as possible, give it the majority of the day to cure, and then we'll come back later, have a look at how it's got on, have a look at the end results, get the wheels back on, and then we're back to cleaning tomorrow. I can't wait. And we'll start getting into it. Knock off as much loose debris and crust as possible, and then start getting the Hydrate 80 on. Should be plenty of time for a decent level of cure today. And while my hands are clean, let's have a look. So we're just going to lose any flaky bits. So we've got a nice base for the Hydrate 80 to be digging into. So I'll knock off all the loose rust on these, any nuts, bolts, etc. Definitely going to get in there, knock off any loose, crusty, rusty on that, and definitely get some new UB on the arches. Happy days. Going to knock off as much of that rust as possible. So we'll just get stuck into that, and for any lengthy, boring bits, I will speed up the footage, and then we'll start getting the products on. These are quite nice. Amazon Basics. Cheap. Cheap. Perfect for the task. In hand. It's going to be another lengthy day of rolling around the floor, getting on with this. But needs must. So we're just aiming to knock off the flaky bits really. That's the key. Good, good. There, lovely. Lovely. So I'll probably ping out some of those bits with a screwdriver before I commence getting any product on. Right. We see in here, yeah. So just getting any flaky off the nuts. We'll get them coated as well. Nice. Nice, nice. Right, while I've still got a clean pour, let's just see what this reacts to. A little bit of agitation. bit of loose material, previous coatings, so plenty of time to knock that off. No drama. No bracket falling off anyway, so that's not too bad at all. We'll get that coated. We'll knock off any sort of loose debris from the top level. Nothing major. This has all had plenty of good coats in the past, so we'll just give this a rough clean down and get that covered. Meister R's, I think, will be wiping these down, and they fared pretty well actually. So I'll get some UC on the lowers. So it's really going to be a case of this, as much of this as I can access and get to. Same on this side, obviously this lower beam, and as much as I can access behind here. Give that a thorough wipe down, and I'll get this prepared up to the bottle jack. That'll be good. And maybe a little bit of rust converter on here. Nothing major, just on a seam, and then make sure that's thoroughly coated. Obviously this little lower section, that's also going to get done. Right, so I won't bore you to death with copious amounts of rubbing. I'm going to crack on for an hour, get this all rubbed down, and then we'll start getting into putting on the product. Right, see you in a mo. Right, we'll get a couple of the sections shot where Hydrate 80 will be, got good visibility of what Hydrate 80 is doing, and then I'll hustle round, get the rest all done, and then be back later on in the day to have a look at the end results, and we'll see where we're at. So should be sort of 3 to 4 hours cure, so I can start. If you're in a hurry, it says 3 hours you can put on a coat, but if you want to leave it longer for a full cure, 24 hours. So I think due to the nature of the location, I'm going to fill it all up, get everything double coated, wait till we've got a nice solid dry upper barrier, and then get on some UB, get the wheels back on, and then I can shut the door on this section for another year. Safe in the knowledge that we've got a decent barrier. So I'll get plenty soaking into that bracket, because that was pretty well crusty. Get this done. And then once again, I'll get round the entire vehicle off cam, and then we can come back, have a look at how the conversion process has fared. So that'll be all good. Obviously I'm going to get up underneath, lay on the floor, get up underneath and get all the lower parts also covered. Right, see you in a moment. Right, so this is where we're at. Nice coating on all the rusty crusty parts as you see fit. So for me, that is this section copiously soaking, those sections there, brake hose pipe, etc., and the lower nuts and lower suspension components. Happy days. Few little breakout parts on the white line components, and there was a tiny bit of rust where stone chip or something has broken the surface on the Meister R's, which is a shame, but only the lowers are uncovered and the rest are still covered up with their coilover covers, so that's all good. So we'll let that dry. I'm going to get exactly the same thing done on the other side, then have a reasonably long break, probably get on with another task, and once this is dry, I'm going to get in and get that covered with a combination of UB and UC. So as you'd imagine, it's going to be UB here and here, probably UC down that bit just in case I get everything else caked, and then we'll just go in for some localized sections on the lower componentry just to make sure that's covered, and probably where it's white line components, which maybe next year I can thoroughly degrease, cleanse, etc. and wipe down. I'll probably use UC on those sections. But yeah, so all good, and we'll jam some UB up here into that little crevice where we've had a little bit of ingress of rust, and I'll get in here as well with UB. So all good, all progressing on nicely. I shall see you this afternoon and we'll look at how that's reacted, and then we'll get on the products to get that finalised. And I very much look forward to getting the wheels on and getting the car cleaned and getting back to some normality in terms of car cleaning. Happy days. See you soon. So that's both sides done. Little extra on the seams, double coat everywhere. Don't need to go in, you can see the blue. Done just the very front of the wheel apertures. So the threads have got a little bit of hydrate 80 on, and this side's done as well to a good standard. Everything's covered. Happy days. So just going to give that 3 hours to cure, and then we'll get it coated. Right, we are at almost exactly 3 hours, and almost everything apart from the section here that I really loaded up, and here that I really loaded up, everything else is looking nice. Let me just try and get in front of the cam. So all good, all good. Done a good job, eh? Done a good job. So just going to start getting everything now thoroughly covered with Dynax UB. Try my best not to get plastered, try and record some, and we'll get this all finalised, get the wheels back on, and we'll wrap this one up and call this done until next year. I'm just going to shoot from there for a bit so we don't end up covering the camera. Right, let me pause while I shake, my bad. Right, shake product, cover discs. Just going to swap out that nozzle for the one with the longer nozzle. Obviously test squirt inside the arch, and then we will just commence. Lovely. And probably also off cam I will just get the nozzle up inside the lip. Oh, actually I'm not going to do that, because what I want to do is give this a thorough wipe down first, because when I pressure washed underneath the car I focused on underneath, not the arches. So I think when I next clean the car I'll go extra cleansing in that lip, and then I'll give that a good coating of Dynax UB. Anyway, we progress. Good using this longer nozzle because I can get a couple of squirts to little holes. These crevices where I was noticing a little bit of crust. Same here. Happy days. And this is going to be happy fuzz. Happy fuzz. Right, let's get this bit done. Oh, sun is blinding me. My apologies. Let's get there. All good. So you can see where we're going and what we're achieving. So all good. Let's get that seam. Hopefully you can see that. Just like to squeeze this into those seams just to give it any chance of ongoing survival. Right. Just pull back. So that is looking good. Just what I'm wanting to see. So that gives that all a good level of protection. Right, I'm going to pull back, get myself in, get that all thoroughly coated. I'll show you the end result and then I'll sign out. And that is that. Nice, thick, greasy coating on, waxy I should say, waxy coating on the arches. Little splash of UC on the Maestral lowers and some of the brake components. For example, there. Little bit of UC on this fuel filler spout. Arches thoroughly coated. Happy days. So, looking pretty good. Obviously, Brembos need restoring. Lower arms will live to see another couple of years, which is nice. So that's where we are on that side. And I think next year, before the weather gets bad, I'm getting them coilover covers off and giving it a thorough shakedown in here. A really, really good cleanse. But the most important thing to me is that we're keeping it nice and coated so that we're not picking up any additional grot or rot during the winter period. That's if I drive it. But, you know, I like her to be protected. These areas have come up nice. All good. All good. Far better than when we started. Right, let's just whack this on the roof of the fab for a minute. I'm going to get the wheels back on and then take dogs for a walk. Hopefully I'm in shot. Hope you've enjoyed that little series on this. As I say, you know, wear old clothes. So it's just a few tips. Wear old clothes. Overalls, they're in the wash, unfortunately. You get covered in it. Hydrate 80, brilliant. Both Dynax products, brilliant. What else? Get it jacked up, get as much space as you can. Obviously, that's a fundamental, basic thing, but we're good. So I'm pleased that we've converted and sealed in and then coated a large proportion of the crusty butt. So that's a winner. I'm sure there was something else I was going to say, but I can't remember. Anyway, I'm very much looking forward to getting it off, getting the wheels back on and getting it off the jack. Don't like it living on the jack. It looks like it's broke. I'm going to give it a treat as well, let it have a run. That was what I was going to say. The only other thing left to do is front wheel arch liners. That is going to be nowhere near as painful to watch. Wheels off, full cleanse, garage therapy, tyre serum to feed the plastic and protect the plastic, and then we'll see how that gets on throughout the autumn and winter. Whew. Anyway, thank you for tuning in as always. Hope you enjoyed that one as always. Any questions, comments, suggestions, discussions, anything, hints, tips and tricks, just feel free to share. And we're back to cleaning tomorrow. Hooray! Anyway, thanks for dropping in as always. Take very, very good care of yourselves, and I will see you again very, very soon.